everybody, it's Shannon from Creative Chaos in Tennessee, and today I am back with another off the board with pineapple papers. And today is Tuesday, so it's Technique Tuesday, and we are going to be doing a painted stencil technique. I think that's what it's called. I found on Pinterest, and this is also a little emotional because this is my very last Scrap-A-Sketch creative team layout. I'll still be around, but with life being so crazy, you know, I just need to take a step back from some obligations, and I've completed a year on her team, on Lisa's team. She's been awesome. Love the sketches and all the things that she puts out, printables and all that stuff, but I need to lighten my load a little bit. So this is, like I said, this will be my last creative team sketch for Scrap-A-Sketch. I am going to use Seasons number 3 sketch from spring of April 2022. So on her Facebook group, there are hundreds of sketches, all free. She puts out a new one every Friday. She does all kinds of events, and has prizes, things like that. Always fun. I became a part of the creative team just because I love doing Scrap-A-Sketch so much. I always was playing along, and so it was an honor. I'm sure everyone else always comes up with great things, so like I said, I'll still be around in the group and playing along whenever I can. This one is a little bit different with this sketch. It shows kind of a circle, but it could be interpreted many ways. I kind of see it as a horizon with the sun, with the horizon, a rainbow. You could use a big doily. Lots of different ways to incorporate this sketch and to make it your own. So what I did was I cut out a 10.5-inch circle on my Cricut, and then I cut it down. And I'll try to post a picture here if I remember. And then I took it and I just drew it out, and I did write it. I wrote all what numbers and the orders and all that stuff so that I would know which one went, what color I needed to cut it out of. But pretty much you can see that it makes a rainbow. And I just hand drew the lines, and then I just cut it out. And then I went to my scraps, and I got scrap paper, and I went through and I cut out, let me move all this stuff around here. I went through and used my scraps, and I cut it out. Now, I did use printables from Scrap-A-Sketch. All these flowers, I think it's called the Love You More collection, I think. I'm not sure. And then I used the cameras in all the different colors for the rainbow. And I have these, let's see, this one and this one's printables from Scrap-A-Sketch. These are just random papers from my stash that I cut. And then I have this tooth embellishment that I made for a swap a long time ago. And I cut out the title Sweet Tooth, because I am doing some pictures of me. Whoops, sorry, I hit the camera. These were of me for a scavenger hunt for a crop. Y'all have heard me talk about this. I've been working through these pictures. I have lots of them because I've participated in a lot of the online crops for a couple years now. And every so many hours they do a selfie scavenger hunt, and you have 5 minutes. And it's usually something crazy or off the wall or whatever. And it's like, take a picture of yourself with your favorite candy. Take a picture holding a shovel. Take a picture with, I don't know, a towel on your head. take a picture of yourself with a red nose. So it's always fun. You never know. People get super creative. It's always fun to see what they come up with. But so here's a picture of me with candy, with Skittles. At one point, the hot Skittles were my most favorite candy, and then they discontinued them. And I love Jolly Rancher jelly beans at Easter time. So this was probably a spring crop because that's when those are available. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to use this stencil. Y'all saw me use the star one a lot, and I told y'all I was going to get the other ones from Temu. And so there's this one. I've got hexagons now, circles, and I think triangles maybe. I don't have them all because they're sold out a lot, but I do have them. So we are just going to create, let's see, I'm going to lay all this over to the side here, all my printables. And I did resize these flowers because this is the standard size. You can tell I printed with different qualities and at different times. I printed these a long time ago. I printed these today. And I did this one on like a fast print and this one on good. And you can tell the difference in blue. But you can see where I resized it. And how I do it is I hit the, I don't know what it stands for, part screen maybe. PRTSC on my laptop so that I can highlight something and it'll cut it out of the page. So I just go after I'm on the document where the paper, the pattern paper, after I open it up, I hit that button and highlight the parts that I want to be bigger, and then I just print it as a whole sheet. So I just highlighted the flower part on that page and made them bigger. And you can tell even leaf size is so much bigger. But I like bigger elements. Y'all know I like bigger elements. And so that's an easy way to do it because otherwise, you don't really have a way of resizing unless you have a good printer and can resize on it, because mine does not work doing it that way. So that's just a little tip if you want to try to resize some stuff and you have a laptop to be able to do that from. Okay, so like I said, we're going to do a technique. I haven't tried this. I just saw it on Pinterest, and then I went to their blog and went to check it out. I have some water to rinse out my paintbrush and a paper towel, and then I have all the colors, Distress Oxide colors of the rainbow to use on here. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let me stack these back up in order so I don't have to sing the rainbow song to y'all. And I'm just going to, I thought these half circles were cool because they kind of look like a rainbow. And I probably won't paint them all. It's just going to be simple. So, I'm just going to wet my paintbrush to start, and then I'm going to dry it. Just so I'm not starting with a hard paintbrush. Alright, so on there, on Pinterest, pretty much they showed taking the paintbrush and your inks, and you pretty much just rub it on here, get it on your paintbrush, and then you go and you paint it in on your stencil. And they said they did it by pouncing and just swiping a little bit. So if we do that, of course it makes it darker when you first do it versus, I don't know that I like this any better than using my brushes and just brushing it in. But I thought it was interesting to use a regular paintbrush to do it. So here we are. We're trying out something different, new for me together. Okay. And I'm kind of just going to go over a little bit so I can fit all the colors in. Okay, I think I want to go up a little bit more with that so that it's not flat, like all in one spot. And I might even go through and splatter a little bit. Okay, so let me wet my paper towel a little bit so I can just wipe off my stencil and do the next color. All right. I do kind of like this, the idea of this technique, just for the fact that you're not adding any wetness to your paper. So you're able to, I'm going to rinse out my brush to rinse the red out. Oh my goodness, that one was really on. You're not adding any wetness to your paper, so it's not going to cause it to wrinkle up or anything. So I'm going to start a little bit higher on this one. My paintbrush is still a little bit wet though. I didn't dry it enough, but it's okay. And they said they just tapped it in to blend them together and pull it together. But they made a card, so they wasn't doing a layout on their blog. But I figured I could maybe get the same effect. Okay. I like that pretty good. It ain't bad. A lot of this is going to be covered up with my rainbow, so I'm not going to worry about getting way down in there. Alright, so I think that's enough orange. I'm going to wipe my stencil again. Wipe the back so I don't transfer when I lay it down. So if you wanted a more stiffer type of look, it would, you know, work good for that. It would even work good to put some texture paste and put it on with your brush like that, like if you wanted a more spackledy look. Okay, I'll just wipe that off. Alright, so we're done with that. And I think I want to do a few splatters. I just have some black acrylic watered down paint. And I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of splatters before I start working on everything else. I'm kind of thinking about adding some color here with just my brushes. But let's see, I don't know how far this is going to reach. Let's see, if I do it up here, I almost kind of need to bring my stencils down further for the red and the purple. Okay, I need to do that. Okay, I have my brushes. I want to add some color across here so they'll kind of be a little, what do I want to call it? A ledge like it has on the sketch going across. So I'm just going to use my brushes to do this. I think I'm just going to put it in like this. Let's see how far this is going to go. Okay. Okay. So we have all of our splatters done. Now we just need to assemble everything. Okay, so I think I like how that turned out so far. Look how pretty. Okay, so now we're going to put our rainbow on. So I have all my pieces over here. Let's see here. Maybe about right here is good. So we got red, orange, yellow. I thought about inking all the pieces of the rainbow, but then I just changed my mind and thought, I'm just going to leave it be and let it stand on its own like this. And of course you could tell some of the papers I flipped over that was double-sided because I knew I didn't want the pencil marks on them. But then the ones that wasn't double-sided, I flipped anyways, and so then they came out backwards, but that was the only big enough scrap I had, so I didn't redo them. So they don't line up perfect, but you know what? It's okay. I'm just going to make do. Alright, so there's my rainbow put together. And then I have my photos. I almost want to matte these in black. I think I will. Okay. I think I like that I'm just going to glue them down. I don't want to cover up all my rainbow for the purple, so I'm going to leave that. It don't matter if I cover that up. I know what it is. It's just some fun photos I'm trying to get scrapped. Okay, so then I have all of my printables. And I have this, and I think I want to pop it up on foam. I think I'll put it here. I do have a sweet tooth. I love Hershey chocolate bars. I always tell my husband, y'all probably heard me say this before, but my husband works for Mars, the M&M. They make M&M and Twix and Snickers and all that. But I prefer Hershey candy. You know, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, Hershey bars. I always tell him, sorry, but Hershey's is the superior chocolate. So it's become a running debate at the house, and I have to give him a hard time. So, okay. But I think I want to tuck this in like this and add some of the flowers. And maybe this one. Pop it on foam. Add a little bit of dimension. And add some leaves. I'm missing leaves. Okay, it's alright. Alright, so let's see. I think I'm going to put this big cluster down here. And I think for the centers probably of the flowers, I'll probably add in some little blings or something. Let's see, maybe do this one here. I do have some cameras I'm going to add going across since this was a selfie game. I may journal down here, I don't know yet. I don't really know what I'm doing yet or what the way I want this to go. Okay, I'm going to hold off on that one for a second and put my cameras on. And I think I will pop every other one up on foam. So we got orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Alright, let's see. So let's do the orange. Let's see. Red, orange. And then do yellow. Glue it in. And I decided I was going to choose different cameras. Like she has them like set in different ways and all that stuff on the sheet that you can get. And you know, with these printables, they're an awesome value because you can print them as many times as you want to. Okay, so glue this one down and then pop this one. Okay, now I can add the rest of my flowers, see where I want to put them. I think I'm going to pop these up. Add a leaf. Add a leaf up here. And then, let's see, let's add this big one over here. Kind of got a cluster, a triangle going. Okay. I like that, I like that. I really like how that turned out. I'm actually very surprised. I may do some gold shimmer brush over it. Let's see. I thought I had some bling sitting here. I have some small ones. I have a mess on my table. If y'all only knew. I have all these little blings, so let's just add these to the centers of the flowers just to give it a little more oomph. Add a little more dimension, texture. It definitely gives it a rougher rougher look using the paintbrush to add the color. So it was a new learning experience. I might try it again with something different in a different way. Let's see, let's add a few on here. Alright, so let's see. While we're still here, might as well just add the shimmer brush. Let's see, I got some scrap papers over here I pulled from matting. Let's just put this over top of the picture so it don't mess nothing up. And I'm just going to go in lightly up near where everything else is. And still leave some white space, which y'all know is extremely hard for me to do. Do all the little small fine shimmers. And voila! Alright, I like it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you, Lisa, for having me on the creative team. I hope you guys will go and check out what everyone else creates over there on the group and play along, because it's so much fun and the sketches are free. Check out everyone playing along with Off the Board. Those links will be below also. And let's see if you can see the shimmers. See the shimmers? Thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you're not a subscriber, I would love to have you. Come back and hang out with me again. And until next time, bye y'all.